welcome to Kirsty Colouring Sketch. Today I thought I would do a video for beginners. When I first got into colouring, I didn't really know much about it. My friend had gifted me some lovely books. She gifted me a little set of pencils and some soft pastels, but other than what she had given me, I had no clue what pencils was on offer, what pastels was on offer, what sort of little things you could add to your page to make it that little bit special, what artists and different kinds of books there was out there. I had no clue, and you sort of pick little bits up bit by bit throughout your colouring journey. But I'd never really seen on YouTube a video of basic information for new starters, like lists of artists, lists of books, the different types of papers you can use, pencils, etc, etc. So I thought I'd do one. So I hope that if you are new to the colouring community, I do hope this video will be really helpful to you. Obviously I'm not going to be able to list everything, so there will be other artists that I won't be able to mention. There will be other mediums you can use. I won't be able to list everything, but I'm going to give it a shot at trying to list a budget, a mid-range and a higher end product for everything that I mention. So yeah, there's lots to get through and I'm going to get started. So that's just my little swatch book. I'll show you that soon, but I'm just going to put it out the way for now. I'm going to start off with what books are on offer and what sort of artists. So I'm going to show you what I've got at the minute, and I'm going to start off with this artist. This is Johanna Basford, and if you've not heard of Johanna Basford, I'm assuming you might have done, because speaking to a lot of my colourist friends, this lady was the first woman that introduced them to colouring. So if you ask any colourist, they have probably got a Johanna Basford book in their collection. They probably started off with Secret Garden or one of her other books. This one is a more recent one. I think this was 2016, if I'm correct. It's a really lovely book, but I'm going to go through a couple of pages just to show you the artist's styles. So this is a soft back book. It's very thick. The paper is really thick in it. It's really quite nice. But you can see Johanna Basford's work. It is quite detailed. It's lots of flowers. She really does love to draw flowers. This one is a storybook as well as a colouring book. It is really quite adorable. And I have done one page in here as a body colour, but you can see that Johanna's style is to do lots of little intricate. She likes the flowers, the floral, leaves. You'll see lots of leaves in Johanna Basford's books. So if you like any of this, you will really like her work. I'm just going to plug my charger into my phone just so it doesn't go off on us. We don't want it to go off when we've got all this information to get out here, do we? Sorry about that. Right, so yeah, this is a little snippet of some of her works, but yeah, she does like garlands of flowers, leaves, and all sorts of things like that. You can get Johanna Basford's books relatively cheap on Amazon. Amazon is my friend, as it is a lot of other people's. So if you go on Amazon, type in Johanna Basford, all her books will come up, and there's a lot. Now you can get regular editions, which do have good quality paper. They are brilliant. You can also get artist editions, which are normally more like a cardstock paper, but you would have to check out in the description you know, the specifications for the different artist editions. So yeah, that's Johanna Basford. That's one of the artists. The next artist, I love this one, it's brilliant. The next artist is Emily Lydell Orberg. Now she has this book, here's a most recent book, and before this one she did have one called no, I'm saying that wrong, but basically it's out of print now, so you can't get a hold of it. So You won't mind me not being able to pronounce that one, but I was really gutted about not being able to get hold of that book. But there is this one, and you can get this one on Amazon as well. This one's Fairy Tales, and her style of work is just so cute. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. And I have done a couple of pages in here which I can show you. I did that one, I've done that one, and there should be one at the front, this one. So that's Emily Lydell Orberg. You can get her on Amazon. Absolutely adore her work. Another softback book, but very good quality paper again. This is another artist, Kirby Rosan's. He has quite a lot of books out at the minute. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to remember them all, but there's Geomorphia, Anamorphia, Imaginomorphia, oh gosh, Mythomorphia. There's a couple of others as well, Colormorphia. There's Worlds Within Worlds, and he has 2 more in the pipeline. One's being released on the 1st of October, which is called Wondermorphia, and that's going to be a compilation book of 2 of his previous books, and then a brand new book that he's bringing out in February, I believe, which is going to be called Fragile World. His style is amazing. This is it. So he does incorporate buildings and animals a lot. You will notice on these pages. This is one that I coloured, a little sloth with the little houses underneath. But it is, as the title suggests in this one, Worlds Within Worlds. That's a page that I did. So you can see it is quite quirky and fun. If you go onto Instagram, or even if you type in on YouTube, Kirby Rosan's, you'll see everybody's work crop up. There is awesome pages done out with these books, but that's his sort of style, so you can see. So that's Kirby Rosan's. Another good quality paper, and that Worlds Within Worlds book is normally around £9 on Amazon, but last week it was reduced to £2, just £2, and for the quality you're getting in that book, absolutely, that's a steal, absolutely. So go and check that out, see if it's still on offer. So the next artist is Rita Berman. This one is a compilation of other books that she has out, and the other books are seasons, and this is a compilation of all the seasons. So this is the type of work you're going to get in this book. Vegetables there, sunflowers, beautiful one. This is Moonlit Veil, and this is by Annie Stegg-Gerard. Now, Annie Stegg-Gerard is an artist. She sells her paintings, she sells her prints. If you go onto her website, you'll be able to see everything that she does. She only has 2 colouring books out because she is predominantly a painting artist. These books are a more high quality book, high end, so highly priced. I think this was, I want to say £20, and it is a small book. I think it was £20, but yeah, this is the sort of art that you're going to get in this one. This is one that I completed. Quite intricate, some of the things in the background. The pages are perforated, so you could tear them out and frame them. The next artist is Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This is another artist that I really do love. The paper in this is, again, quite thick paper. It has took all sorts of mediums from me. I've used watercolour in this book. It's worked fine. This is one that I've done in this book. This is another page that I've completed. So you can see she has girls with very big eyes, eyelashes, if you like this sort of style to colour. It's really quite beautiful. There's another page that I've done. Another one that I've done quite a few pages in this one, and another one. So that's your Jasmine Beckett Griffith style. The next one I've got is Evie Patisserie. This one's by an artist called Clara Marcova, and these ones can be purchased on Amazon. These are quite a low price. I think this was around £7 for this one, so this is more of a budget friendly book. The paper is, as you can imagine, being budget friendly, it is quite thin, the paper in this one. So if you was using marker pens, like, I used marker pens on this one, and as you can see, they do bleed through. So you need to put a piece of cardstock in between your pages so that this doesn't transfer onto this page. That's something you need to be mindful of when you've got a thinner paper. But this is her style. Really cute, quirky images in this one. So that's Clara Marcova. Next up we have Robbie Dobner, and he created this book, The Ink House. A really stunning book that I need to colour in more. But this is a storybook. This one's actually a storybook, and it's grayscale. So show you the sort of images you're going to get in this one. Oh, there's a sketch that I did, ignore that one. Look at those doggies. So yeah, it's got a beautiful little story with it as well. If you've got a young child, you could colour this for them and then give them the book to read, because it's a cute little story. But yeah, really lovely one by Robbie Dobner. Another artist is Millie Marotta, and you can see from the design on the front what you're going to expect inside the pages. So this one is called Brilliant Beasts. She has got quite a lot of books out, and you can see the sort of style in these ones. Again, animals in this one. So if you like to colour images like this with sections, you might really love this book. But that's sort of her style. That's Millie Marotta. Next up is my favourite artist ever. It's Camilla Derek, and these are her books. Again, you can get these on Amazon. This is her newest book, her newest release, Cute and Creepy. Again, the paper's good in this one, and I've done quite a few pages. Camilla Derek's style is pop manga, surrealism, and it's just beautiful. She also does acrylic paintings, she does sketches. You can purchase any of them on her Etsy store. But she also has these colouring books, and I have coloured quite a few pages in this one. This one is Cute and Creepy, so it's perfect book for Halloween. But you can sort of see what her style is like. There's another one that I coloured. This one's Maleficent, you can see here. Beauty and the Beast. There's another one I've coloured. And another one. So yeah, you can see the pop manga style in these images here. So yeah, Camilla Derek. Next artist is Maria Trolle. Again, I love this book. I have done a page that I'm really proud of in this one. The paper is fantastic. It's really thick. And it's this one. I absolutely love it. But you can see her style is lots of birds, lots of trees, woodland scenes, I'd say. And then you have this little girl here that features throughout Maria Trolle's books. So you will see it crop up a few times, this little girl here. You get some images on a white background and some images on a black background in this book, as you can see there. A brilliant artist. As you've probably worked out now, this is the first hardback book I've showed you. You can get softback books and hardback books, and you can also get ring bound books. You can also purchase, some artists only sell PDFs on Etsy. Now PDFs are pages that you purchase and you print them out yourself on your own paper. That gives you the choice to colour on a paper that really suits yourself. You can buy PDFs in singles, or you can buy the whole PDF books. It depends what the artist is selling on there, but it's always useful to go and check out Etsy and favourite some of your favourite artists. Then when they have sales and things, they crop up as notifications. So this next artist is Clara Marcova. Again, this is another higher end book. This book is around £28 to buy, and then you've got to pay shipping on top of that. So it is quite an expensive book, but the artwork in it is just stunning. She has got a new book coming out very, very shortly. I do believe it's October time, perhaps the middle of October. So watch out for that if you like this style when I show you. The paper is really, really good quality in this book as well. So you can see how cute these images are. Really cute. These books do tend to have a lot of fruit featured in them, so you will see little blackberries here. You'll see quite a few strawberries and mushrooms. They do like the blackberries, but you will see. Very, very sweet. Very sweet. All Clara Marcova's books come with a little colourable bookmark as well, that you will see here. But the paper in that is fantastic quality. So that's Clara Marcova. The next artist is an artist that I started out with on the start of my colouring journey. This was one of the very first colouring books that I got. And this artist is Emmanuel Collin. And this is Coloriage Wild 2. She has 5 of these books. So Coloriage 1 to 5. Number 5 has only just been released, and it is a book of boys, because all the earlier books were girls, or at least I believe there was girls. And this is the sort of style you're getting in here. I have coloured all of these, so I apologise if you wanted to see what one uncoloured looks like, but yeah, I have coloured all of these. But the paper in here is absolutely amazing. These books are around £9 on Amazon. I suggest to get one. They are beautiful, just beautiful. The newest book isn't on Amazon yet, as it's only just been released, but watch out for it because it should be coming on soon, or I hope that it will. But numbers 1 to 4 you can get on Amazon. I really enjoyed doing every single one of these pages, but that's the sort of style you can expect from that. So the next artist is one called Fabiana Atanacio. She's done a lot of these books: Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz, Cinderella, Snow White. You can find these on Amazon. Some of them are hard to get hold of. I think the UK version of Snow White is pretty hard to get hold of at the minute, so you will find that some aren't available on Amazon, but this one was at the time that I got it. So the sort of style you can expect from Fabiana Atanacio is this. Very cute images. I'm yet to colour a page in this yet. She also has some lovely Harry Potter PDFs on Etsy, done in her style, of course. So that's Fabiana Atanacio. The next artist that I'm going to show you is Tonya Bond. Now Tonya Bond has these inklings. She has quite a lot of these. I don't know if there's 4 or 5 inklings, but I'm just going to show you this one for now. You can get these ones on Amazon, or you can get them off her Etsy store as well. So these are the type of images you're going to get in this one. Absolutely stunning. I want to colour one of these pages again actually. I've not coloured in this book for a while. I think this book might be the one that I've not coloured in actually, because I do have some of her other books. But they're just her style. I love the faces on these girls, are just beautiful. So that's Tonya Bond, that's the style you're going to get. Next up, I'm going to show you Hannah Lynn. Now I've got two books to show you here. The one on the right here are the ones you can get on Amazon. These are on quite a thin paper, it has to be said, and I really, you know, most people are fine with it, they don't mind, but I really struggle with it. I really just didn't like the paper. So I went ahead and paid a bit extra and I got the artist edition. So the one that's ring bound that you can get from Hannah Lynn's website is the artist edition, and it's like cardstock paper. The book comes signed by Hannah Lynn as well, but it is, I think it was £20, whereas this one's only about £7 on Amazon. So there is a big price difference. It just depends what you want from a colouring book. This one is absolutely fine, but I just prefer a thicker paper. Most people are absolutely fine with this. Or some people go and print the PDFs off instead on their own paper, because you can do that on a Etsy store. But I just wanted the artist edition. But there are your choices, basically. You do have a choice. So these are the sort of style you're going to get from Hannah Lynn. They're absolutely beautiful. This is the newest release of hers. This is Whimsy Girls Through the Decades. Absolutely beautiful look. Beautiful. I have coloured one in here, so when we get to it I will show you. There it is, that's the one I've coloured. I just enjoyed it. I did that one with my marker pens. So you can see that they do bleed through. Marker pens, alcohol markers, sorry, will bleed through almost anything. So you do need to put a sheet underneath your page that you're colouring to protect the next page. So that's Hannah Lynn. Next up is Tim Jeffs. Now Tim Jeffs is a artist who likes to illustrate endangered animals a lot of the time. You'll see in his books animals that you've probably might never heard of before, and it's quite interesting. He puts the names of the animals in the books for you, so you can look them up for a reference when you're colouring the picture. That's what I like to do. So I'll put the name into Google, I'll print a reference picture off, and then I'll colour it. Tim Jeffs is a grayscale artist. This is his most recent release, volume 5. I do believe number 1 is out of print at the minute. I think it's volume number 4, I think it is. Or is it? You'll have to check. But you can get these on Amazon, but some books are out of print. I don't know if it's the number 1 or the number 4. But this is the sort of style you're going to get from Tim Jeffs. So at the front, it gives you the names of all the animals that you're going to come across. And these are the sort of things you're going to get in here. Absolutely beautiful pages. I love colouring these. Don't be scared of grayscale. They're beautiful for new colourists because they've got the shading in already for you. You don't have to guess where the shading is. And that's not one of the pages I did. I have done one in here, I'll find it for you. I did this bird. So as you can see, I printed off a reference of this bird. There we go. And then created that. So this book is around £9 on Amazon. Again, this one's a hardback book. I love this because it lays completely flat when you're colouring in it. It's a beautiful, you don't get many colouring books that are in this format. Really nice. Now I'm going to talk about the Colouring Heaven magazine. In the UK you can purchase this on either a subscription if you go onto the Colouring Heaven website, or you can actually get this in UK supermarkets, so Tesco's, Sainsbury's, Asda. You might be able to get it in WH Smith's. And this copy was £6.49 because it's the collection, but the other edition, the regular Colouring Heaven, is only £5 something. So every month they bring out a new magazine, and every month they feature a different artist or a compilation of artists, and this one so happens to be Tim Jeffs. So if you didn't want to go out and buy one of his Colour Urban books right away, or any other artist you might like the look of but don't want to spend a high price on one of their books until you know if you like them, you can see what's coming out in the Colouring Heaven magazine. Because this is Tim Jeff's, like I said, that was the book that I've just shown you. And beautiful. Again, I have coloured one in here. And it was just as good as colouring one in his colouring book. Really good. Really good. So yeah, I don't know where my page is gone. I'm not going to spend too long finding it because I've got a lot to get through. So yeah, that's Tim Jeff's for you. Next up is Mystica Mirrors. This is Galaxy Girls and Zodiac Signs, but she also has a couple of other books as well. You can either purchase these as a physical copy from her Etsy store, or you can purchase the PDFs. She has the single, I think she has some singles, and then you can purchase the books, the PDF books, and print them yourself. These are on really good quality paper. These are like cardstock. They do come signed. Signed by Christine. And then this is the style you're going to get in this one. That's one that I coloured. She's got a very, very beautiful style. This book's a bit more quirky. That one is gorgeous. Here's one that I coloured. Absolutely beautiful. And this paper's just a dream to work on, it really is. That was another one that I did. So that's Mystica Mirrors. The next one is a very well-known artist. This is Hannah Carlson, and this is a newest release of that's a compilation book, basically. This is a compilation book from her first series of books, and I love it. Absolutely love Hannah Carlson. So I'm going to show you a bit of what is inside this one. Again, the paper is amazing. Now, unfortunately, this gold corn book isn't available in the UK unless you order through a website called Bocus. Now, it is a Swedish website, and you do need to switch translate on to try and navigate the site. But Hannah Carlson, if you type her name into Amazon, you'll see all her other books crop up. They're all amazing. You can see the style that she has here. Hannah Carlson does like to put stars on the faces, and she does like to have this sort of lines going through the hair. That's sort of her thing, her style. You will notice here stars again and lined hair. Little things, a little star in the eye. So yeah, that's Hannah Carlson. Next up, for people that don't want to colour those sorts of images, because there is line art, there is grayscale, as I've just shown you. There is also colour by number books. Now I only have one of these because I only do colour in it when I want to mindless colour, basically. But these are brilliant, and a lot of people absolutely love colour by number. This one's by Colour Questopia, and if you type Colour Questopia in onto Amazon, lots of books will come up, absolutely loads. So this is the sort of thing you have. You have a key on the left hand page that gives you your colours, and then you colour the page on the right. Your key will show you here on the back, so you can refer, if it says medium blue, you can refer to the back to find out which is a medium blue. But yeah, they're really good, and they're budget friendly as well. These ones are really cheap, these sorts of books. So that's the sort of books that you can get. Next up, I'm going to show you pencils. Now, pencils are really, I can tell you budget friendly pencils, mid-range and high-end, but predominantly it's going to be what feels best to you. For instance, I prefer my budget friendly pencil to my high-end pencil in some instances. So what we've got here is, I'll start off with the Arteza. These are the pencils that I absolutely love. Now for the 120 set of Arteza pencils, I do believe they're around £60 for the 120 set. They're an absolutely amazing pencil. I find that I gravitate towards pulling these pencils out when I'm doing a colouring page. Really lovely. The colour of the pencil runs all along the barrel of the Artezas, and then you do get a pencil name and a pencil number. So if you like to keep your pencils organised in your case and you like to find them easily, the fact that the colour runs all along the barrel, it's really easy to find the colours you're looking for. So that's the Arteza. Next, another budget friendly pencil is the Castle Art. You might have heard people talk about these ones. Again, it's supposed to be a soft leaded pencil. They are okay. You'll always get people that like something and people that don't like something because it's all down to preference. They are really, I have used them and they are really nice. Other times I've found them a bit scratchy, but it really depends on the pencil. They're sort of hit and miss with me, but other people really enjoy these pencils. So these ones don't come with a pencil name, they just say Castle Art Supplies. The only thing you get on them is the number. So they don't have a pencil name, only a number. And the colour is just on the end. So the whole of this runs black on all the pencils, and you've just got the colour on the end. So that's your Castle Arts. Next up is another budget friendly pencil. These ones are called the Black Widows, and these come in small sets that you have to buy individually. So these ones are from the Cobra set. There's also a Black Widow set, a Scorpion set, there's skin tone sets, light and dark, and there's new release pencils, which are the Monarch set. Now these ones, all the old style pencils are black throughout. They do not have a colour on the end. So when you've got these laid down in your cases, they're really quite difficult to find. Now the new pencils that they've just released do have a colour on the end, similar to the Castle Arts, but maybe half the size. So the new pencils, the Monarch pencils, they are really easy to find. These old type, not so much. But I do really enjoy my Black Widow pencils. I think for a budget friendly pencil, they're awesome. The colours are really pigmented. The only thing some people find is that they break a lot. Initially I had a problem with sharpening them where they would break, but I found it was down to my sharpener. I had a really cheap sharpener and it wasn't really good at all, and it was breaking all my pencils. So since then, since I got a new sharpener, I haven't had any problems with these. I do recommend them as a starter pencil, to be honest. Getting on to your more expensive pencils, we have Prismacolor Premiere. You might have heard of these ones. Whoopsie. So with these ones, the colour again runs all along the barrel, so they're easily found. These ones do have a pencil name and a pencil number. So this one's Crimson Red PC924. You will find that a lot of people use Prismacolor pencils, and most tutorials on YouTube, are either with Prismacolor or Faber-Castell Polychromos. So that's the Prismacolor pencils. They are more expensive, so we're getting higher end now. The Faber-Castell Polychromos I don't have, so unfortunately I cannot show you one of those pencils. But I've put the name out there, so if you want to search that in on YouTube or look them up, that's the Faber-Castell Polychromos. The next pencil, these are getting quite expensive now. These are the Caran d'Ache Lightfast pencil. I do only have an handful of these. If you did want to try pencils out, you can get some pencils single stock so that you can try them. But this one, these do have this lovely almost woody effect running throughout the barrel, and then the colours on the end. So you can find them. They have a nice quality feel to them. They feel really nice in your hand, these pencils. Just move those out the way so it focuses. So on these ones, they can be quite tricky to see the names and numbers, but they are on there. This one's Violet, Ultramarine Violet 630. So you have a name and a number on those luminants. These are quite expensive. I'm not sure what they start at. My words won't come out today, I do apologise. I'm not sure what price they start at, sorry, but you can look those up. I will link websites to where you can get all these pencils and you can have a little gander. Next up is a really pricey pencil. These are the Holbeins. So the colour on the Holbeins runs throughout the whole pencil. Again, really pretty colours. They're really beautiful to work with, but again, I only have a handful of these due to the price of them. These do have a name and a number. This one's ice green and the number is OP228. But again, fabulous pencils. So that's your pencil choices. Now I'm going to show you some little things you can use for accents on your pages. So you can use stickles, something called stickles, which are these. You can get these in a range of colours. It's like a glitter glue, and you can add these to your pages. They're really beautiful. You just wait for them to dry before shutting your page. If you've coloured a page and you put this on, I normally leave mine out for the night to dry before shutting it in the morning, but this adds some sparkle to your pages. Really, really lovely. They're not too expensive either, and they can be picked up in your local craft stores or on Amazon. Beautiful. Next up, what I like to use a lot is these. These are Deco Art Americana acrylic paints, and I have used these quite a lot for backgrounds, to block out a background. I have recently got a cheaper version on Amazon because these Deco Art Americana are quite hard to get hold of in the UK, or they can be quite expensive to get over here. So I have recently tried this Royal Landnickel one off Amazon, which was only a couple of pounds. This one's a black one, and I blacked out a page with it and it was fine. Went on perfectly. So you can do that. There are options that you can use acrylic paints. Another option to add accents, I use these on like mermaid pages. I've used these on the mermaid tails. These are metallics, liquid inks, absolutely beautiful. And these are by De La Roni, and they come with a pipette. So I normally just either dip my brush directly onto that, or I will drop a little bit on a palette and pick it up off the palette. But that's the silver, and then I have like a pinky colour here. Really nice to add a bit of glitz to your page. The next things that I do like to use are glitters. So I do have a few by Nouveau when there was in the sale. There's glitters and confettis. I'll just pop those out the way for you. I do have quite a lot of these, but I'll just show you a few so that you can see the sort of colour ranges. So I have these that I like to use on colouring pages. These are loose glitters, and I like to use the Nouveau glue pen to stick them down with. So this is like a pen, you just squeeze it and put it wherever you want on your page. Pour the glitter out onto the page and it will stick to wherever you've put the glue. And then some of them are like confettis. So you've got these rose gold squares. It's just really nice to add little things to your colouring pages, you know, and it's fun as well. So much fun. I have this Glossy Accents, which you'll have to ignore the screw that I've got in it. A big problem with Glossy Accents, I can't get it off either. A big thing with Glossy Accents is that the lid can get clogged up once you've used it quite a lot. so you do have to keep normally a little pin that you use, but I couldn't find anything, so I had to stick this great big nail in it. But you can use Glossy Accents, and it is like a clear gloss. I have used this on eyes, and it gives your eyes a nice glossy effect. Again, if you're going to put this onto your colouring page, you need to allow it to dry for a couple of hours. Don't shut your page when you put it on until it's fully dry. But that, I really love this stuff. Something else you can use is washi tapes on your pictures. So I do have a few Christmas ones to hand here. I'm all getting excited because it's getting close to Christmas. But it's just like a tape. I'm sure you know what washi tape is. But I have used these to border some pictures. Or I've used ones like this. This is a lacy one. And I've just randomly stuck it to certain areas on pages. They really make it quite pretty. I have this Pebeo 3D. This is a bit like the liquid pearls that you can get. If you haven't heard of them, just Google and look up them. It adds like a dimension, a 3D effect to your pages. So I have used these on a pearl necklace on a colouring page. You can get these in all different types of colours. This one's black, but you can get coppers, you can get pinks, greens, blues, whatever colour you want you can get in that. Sorry about that, my son was just shouting me. You probably all heard. The next thing I like to use is these Distress Inks by Ranger. They come in a whole range of colours, lots and lots of colours. With these, you can use the special pads that you can purchase with these, but most people prefer to use these foundation brushes that you can get because they do go on a lot nicer. And basically all you do is rub and then wipe it on a separate piece of paper, and then gently, using small circles, rub it onto your background. It gives a lovely effect. These are the mini pads, but you can get bigger ones that are the full size ones. But I've just got 4 of them at the moment, and I do really love using them for my backgrounds. So next up I have the Kotaki Wink of Stella, and these are like a glitter that you can add to your page. I've got pink, green, yellow, silver, gold. I think that's the colours that I've got. These ones you shake up, so you'll hear that noise they make. Let me see if I've got a piece of paper to hand. Sorry if you see my head. Right, I've got a piece of paper to hand here. So we shake them up, gently give them a little squeeze, nothing too hard, and they will come out. So they've really got a nice nib on them, so you can put them in fine detail areas if you just want a little bit of glitter added to your page. And I don't know if you can see that sparkle. I don't know what the lighting's like in here, but hopefully you can see that. So that's the Kotaki Wink of Stella. Really beautiful pens. Another thing I like to use on colouring pages is my white gel pen or Posca pens. These are good for putting little highlights in eyes, highlights in other things, clothing, etc. In water, if you're doing water, it's nice to add highlights to your water. This is a Uniball Signo, and this is a Posca pen. I love both of these. They're really good to have. So next up I'm going to show you some different watercolours, water mediums you can get. So I'm going to lay them all out on here for you. So first up I'm going to show you these. Now these are called Neo Colour 2s, and these are like a water soluble crayon. So you can either colour directly from the crayon to your colouring page, then add water, and it creates a really lovely effect. Or you can colour these crayons directly onto a palette. I'll show you the palette that I've got. I have actually got the Caran d'Ache palette. This is specifically made for these crayons, so it's textured, so you can rub the crayon on, and then you're going to want either a paintbrush with some water in a pot at the side here, or you can get what's called these water tank pens. These pens hold water in here, and when squeezed gently you can get the water to come out, and you'll see that that goes into a watercolour, and you can add that to your page and start colouring. Brilliant for backgrounds. So that's your Neocolor 2s. You can buy them as single stock. Like I say, I'll link all websites that I know of where you can purchase these. But yeah, I've got lots that I just keep in this box. So that's your Neocolor 2s. Next up is the teaser watercolour half pans that I have. These ones are budget friendly. So I think these were £26. Ignore the mess on this side. I think these were £26, and they did come with the water tank brush with it that sits in there. Really lovely colours. This is the range of colours that you can get. Really beautiful for a budget watercolour. Moving on to something a bit more pricey is your Prima Watercolors. Now these come in smaller sets, but there is about I want to say about 8 different sets, but I'm not entirely 100%. This set is called the Decadent Pies, and these are the colours you get in this one. Again, I really love these colours. I think they're around £20 for this set. And there they are. Now moving on to your more high-end priced products are ones that are handmade. So your handmade watercolours you will pay extra for. This is a lovely lady that is local to me, KJ Designed by Karen. She hand makes these watercolours, so they are pricier, but they are so beautiful. So these are the swatches up here. They're the colours that have been well used by me, but like I said, they are more expensive because they're handmade. And then there's some that I have by GD Colour. You will find these people on Etsy. So these are some sort of metallic colours that I have. So they just come in these sort of little half pans like that. This one's called Sokai. So they're your watercolours. I've showed you the water tank brushes that you can use with them, or you can use regular paint brushes, it's up to you. Another water medium that I've just done a review on is these brush pens, water brush pens. These are very versatile, and if you want to see that review, it is up on my channel. But I will show you these. So these are pens that look like this. Now with these you are able to colour directly onto your page. So I could colour this. You can colour directly on like that. Or you can use your palette. I'll just pick up my palette from earlier. You can rub the colour onto your palette, add water to it, or you can even mix 2 colours together. So I could mix a bit of red in with that, and you can create a new colour. Add some water to it, create your new colour, and then add it to your page. That's the versatility with these brush pens. Absolutely fantastic product, and they're £26.99. If you watch my review, I do have a link to those on my channel. So that's the water brush pens. Next up, for a sort of water medium, I have the Derwent Inktense. These are absolutely fantastic. They're a pencil, so you can draw directly. I know what this is a little, no, where's the paper I had, sorry. So you can draw directly onto the paper, and you can use it as a pencil, or you can add your water to it. That's got pigment from what I used before. It doesn't turn red, that pencil, it's a black pencil, but yeah. And it's water soluble. These Derwent Inktense, they're not like the Neocolor 2s or the watercolours. So once that's dry, you can't rework it. You can't add water to it and rework it. These Inktense can also be used on fabrics. So if you want to create something on a t-shirt, pottery, glass, I think glass, or it might have just been pottery, I'm not sure, but fabric, definitely you can use these on, and it doesn't wash out. Once it's on there and it's dried, it's on there and it's not moving. So they are brilliant, and they're so pigmented. I want to show you a colour that's not been contaminated by a dirty water brush. I'll try and clean this off somewhere and then I can show you properly. But absolutely, I love them. I got the 12 set, but you can actually get the 72 set, and I would recommend getting that, in all honesty, because you will really like them. Look at the vibrancy. Look at the pigments on those. Absolutely beautiful. So that's the Derwent Inktense. That's not it. So next up, I'm going to show you some pastels. So we have a budget pastel, a mid-range pastel, and then we have a high-end pastel. So the budget pastels, they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I recommend them. You don't need to go out and splurge on these, because these are fantastic for backgrounds. This is what I started off with, just a basic set of 12 soft pastels that was gifted to me. They look like this. The best way to use these is, I've found, to get a scrap piece of paper, get a knife and just scrape it off onto your piece of paper, and then use either a Q-tip or a cotton wool ball to then apply it onto your backgrounds. Absolutely amazing. Nothing wrong with these. Very cheap on Amazon. You can get a set of, I think it's 20 or 30 for very little money, £10, something like that. Next up, you have your pastel pencils. Now these was given to me for £15, but normally they're £21 on Amazon for 24 or thereabouts. These are the Stabilo Carbofello pastel pencils. So these are good if you want to do any fine detail things with your pastels. I have used these for fur on animals, which are really brilliant because you can get a fine point on these. But absolutely love them. So again, they're not too expensive, but they are getting more expensive. And you really want to get yourself a pastel pencil sharpener for those as well. A regular sharpener might ruin your pencils. I think it's always best to have that. So a high-end version of the pastels are the Pan Pastel. They're like the king of pastels. I have done a couple of pictures recently with these. I'll actually show you, because if you've not seen any of my other videos, you won't know what they look like. But I have recently, with the Pan Pastels, done this little kitty cat. So there he is. So all the background was done with Pan Pastel, and then these lines that you can see over the top I've just done with pencil, because I wanted to get some more definition in there. But they're absolutely amazing. And you get all the little tools with these as well. I'll just show you the tools that you get. They are a bit mucky because they need cleaning, but you do get this sponge that you can lay your colours down on and then pick them up. You get these that are quite handy, and they have rounded tips or square tips. These are the sponges that go on the end. You can see I've been using that. So you'll rub the colour on from the product and then straight onto your page. You also get like little eyeshadow brushes that you can use with them, but I haven't got them to hand at the minute. So that's the Pan Pastels and the soft pastels and the pastel pencils. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about paper. The paper that I like to use if I'm printing on PDFs out on. I like to use a 160 GSM paper that you can get on Amazon. GSM, when you hear people talk about that, it's basically the thickness of the paper. So the higher the number, the thicker the paper. So I do like a 160 GSM on a white paper to print my PDFs on. You can also get something that's called tan-toned paper, which, as the name suggests, is a tan colour. You can also get a grey toned paper. Mixed media paper is good if you want to use different mediums. If you want to use watercolour on there, marker pens on there, pencils on there, it pretty much covers all of that. You can also get, for your pastels, you can get this paper called Pastel Matte. Now this is specifically for pastels, and this is what I did the cat picture on. Now you'll get in here, this can be found on Amazon, you'll get different colours inside. So there's a light grey, there's a dark grey, there's like a, I think it's called buttermilk, that one, and then there's a slightly yellower one. But you can get different colours, you can get blue, greens, reds. Brilliant. I mean, that went down perfectly. You're supposed to be able to do lots more layers of pastel on this paper. It is really awesome. So if you're interested in doing any pastel portraits or using pastels for your own art, this paper is really, really brilliant. Other things that I like to use on my colouring pages are these for backgrounds. Little cheap packs of stencils that you can get on Amazon. I think it was about £3 or £4 for these. You can get lots of different ones. Little templates for if you want to follow any tutorials on how to do bokeh backgrounds, etc. Things like that. My sharpener that I like to use is this one. It's called a Swordfish. If you can just see there. This is also available on Amazon, and it's, you pull it out, put your pencil in, and then just turn it round, and it will automatically stop when your pencil's sharp enough. So that's another thing I like to use. I do have Bulldog Clips for when my page won't stay open, I want to keep it open. These are all just little knit bits that I have on my desk that I'm showing you. I also have some page flags for when I'm doing my pages for the month, so that I can find all my completed pages. These are just sticky page flags that you stick in your books. That's them. Next I want to show you my marker pens. So these ones are alcohol markers. Your budget brands are your Ohuhus. You can also get Caliarts. The Ohuhus look like this. So they're the colours that you get. The colours are all on the cap ends, but I do recommend swatching these out because they're not true to the cap colours. That will be said. So with the Ohuhu markers, you get two ends. You get this fine point, and then you get this one for bigger areas. The Ohuhu markers, to be honest, they're alright, but I'm not keen on them. You can get a brush tip one by Ohuhu, but you will have to look at the specifications when you look at them online. The brush tip ones seem to be a lot nicer. I saw Colour Me Stress Free using those, and they did look a lot nicer than these ones, so bear that in mind. These are ones that I got more recently in here, and I absolutely adore them. These are more costly, but they're brilliant. These are the Winsor & Newton Pro markers, alcohol markers. These have a name and number on them, and they're absolutely brilliant. Again, you will get two ends. You'll get this one and this one. You can also get brush tip ones, but you will have to check that out in the description when you're searching for pro markers. But beautiful range of colours in these that get kept in this pencil case. Next up, I have some marker pens that are water based. So these are the Crayola Super Tips. You might have seen people talk about these quite a lot. Honestly, personally, I'm not a fan. I find that they streak a lot. They're okay for small areas, but the minute you try and do a more large area, lots of streaking. but then there's people that really love these. So again, it's all down to personal preference. Don't be put off by any of my opinions, because you'll find someone else that'll really rate something. But it's just here as a guide for you. I'm just showing you what I have in my collection and what's available. So that's them. The next thing I have in here is all my gel pens. So I'm going to pull these out. So in here I have a mix of Pentel Hybrid dual metallic gel pens. You can get these on Amazon. And I also have some Sakura Jelly Roll pens. I really rate the Jelly Roll pens. I really love them. So these come in a large set on Amazon. I think it's £26 for the set of all these Jelly Rolls. And you get a good collection. So I love using them, love them. But that's them. We'll just put them away if I can get them all back in again. They don't want to go back in. Yeah. There we go. Get in. There we go. They're in. Right, so I just want to show you as well. This is my swatch book. And this is where I keep most of my coloured pencil swatches. The only coloured pencils I've not swatched out yet are my Arteza, which I still need to do. But I really recommend swatching all your pencils out. It just gives you a better guide when you're really looking for a particular colour. It's easier to see when you've actually got them swatched out. So in here, this is all I've done, just a really small circle. These are my Castle Arts that I've swatched out. So these are with the number because they don't come with a pencil name. Then I've got the Black Widow Scorpion set, the Prismacolor Manga set, Luminance, the Black Widows, and then I have all this space. I have the Holbeins, the few singles that I've got. I've left space to swatch my Artezas, which I've not done yet, but I've put all the lines ready. Prismacolor Premiere, and I think that might be it. I've left space to swatch the rest of those out. But then in the back I've swatched out my Winsor & Newton Pro markers, so you can see there. It's just really nice to look at the colours properly, because you can see what they're going to be like when they go down on paper, so I recommend doing that. So yeah, I hope you found this useful. I'm going to put a load of links in the description of this video of places where you can purchase some of these items. So I hope you find it really useful. There's lots of pencil ideas, pastel ideas, marker pen ideas, background ideas, little accents, all your different books from your artists, softbacks, hardbacks, artist editions. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Please do give this video a thumbs up. Please do drop me a comment, let me know if you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys, bye bye.